Well, what you all asked for, yet another Ipswich Town based podcast. And you're probably all sitting there thinking, fucking hell, we've got another one. You know, probably the most oversaturated market that there is at the minute. But yeah, we're going to roll with it. ITFC Unrestricted, the most misleading podcast name probably out there in the Ipswich Town community. I have absolutely no unrestricted access to the club, or I wouldn't be probably bringing you any exclusive because I doubt they want to talk to me after some of the things I'll probably end up saying. Getting very angry. It's just a name where I can sort of express some creative freedom, make a little bit of a fool of myself is what I'm usually good at doing. And just talking about whatever I feel like, really, having no set plan, set length to talk about anything each week. You know, whatever crops up in the world of Ipswich Town, I'll talk about if I deem fit. And if it's a slow week where fuck all's happening, then it'll be a very short week and you won't have to hear from me, which will probably be to the delight of many of you. For those who don't know me, my name is Mark. I was part of the now defunct Ipswich Fan Zone channel. We are now FNZ Football, which I would recommend anyone going to subscribe to or follow on all the places where you can get good podcasts. We're on there as well. Yeah, we've had some interesting interviews with some ex-pros, and we've got a lot to go forward into next season. But yeah, I'm out on a limb doing this on my own, just wanting to, it's a therapy session for me. You'll be my psychiatrist as I unleash all my views on Ipswich Town as the weeks go by. I'm sure there'll be some interesting points to talk about. Another place where you may know me from is the 5-point protest. Oh, that went well. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to start a protest movement before a worldwide pandemic. Logistical nightmare, probably the best way to summarise it. Yeah, it's probably something we will talk about at some point. I would love to get it going again. But yeah, it's been difficult. I hope you're all keeping well with all that's been going on with the COVID-19 fiasco. Keeps dragging on, doesn't it? Hopefully we will be back at Portman Road someday soon, but at least football's coming back. And yeah, that's mainly the reason why I've started it. We've got a new season coming up, and I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about, as there always is with Ipswich Town. So yeah, going to be new for me to host a podcast on my own. Not going to be able to judge the reactions. This might come off as an absolute marvel, might be one of the best podcasts that Ipswich has ever heard, or it might be one of the worst ones, or it might be just a really bad Alan Partridge impression, who knows. But I hope you can find some enjoyment in listening to me ranting and raving about the football club we all know and love most of the time, but most of the time we're very frustrated by. So yeah, for whatever you gain from this podcast, whether that's, you become a weekly listener, you drop in from time to time, you just have it on when you're commuting on a long drive, or use it for some sleep therapy with my lovely dulcet tones. Don't mix the two though. We're not having insurance claims in my name because you wanted to get a 2-for-1 with your driving podcast and your sleep therapy. That's not fun. I'm not dealing with that. So yeah, we're going to try and get this out every Sunday. Not sure on a time yet. Still a lot I need to research and work out. So yeah, try and summarise the week as well as the games that will fall into that week. Probably not as regular as some of the better podcasts that we've got, the ones that have been doing it far longer than me and know a lot more than I do. But hopefully I can offer you some entertainment, whether that's just me mum listening at home, just bless her, or a wider audience that I gain from doing this. But yeah, if there's anything you'd like me to talk about during the first podcast, which I'm going to try and get on Sunday the 16th of August, so a little bit of a run up into the season. I hope it's the 16th, otherwise I've made an absolute fool of myself to start with. So yeah, anything you want me to talk about, I'm sure something will happen in the Ipswich Town community that we all love and talk about on a daily basis. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to producing this podcast. Thank you, and good night.